Hello guys, welcome back. Today is pretty much a day of weed control. Dad just left with the cultivator. He's dropping it off and then Uncle Billy's going to take over and start cultivating. We have 6 acres of corn, organic corn, and then another 15 acres of organic corn that we kept that did emerge decent. It was like a 24,000 stand count. Goal was 28, but we got enough out there to justify keeping it. We're going to cultivate that. The 15 was planted into what was a hayfield, so we are not going to cultivate that because the alfalfa came back. We're going to use that alfalfa as a natural cover and let the corn grow up through the alfalfa instead of knocking it down and giving room for weeds to grow. I'm getting ready to do post on beans, so I'm going to go through with a contact kill, not any residual. I'm going to go through with Roundup and Liberty, and when I say Liberty, that means we got to switch all our nozzle bodies over to this brown one. So we're going to rotate them all around until it's on the brown. The brown has a higher capacity than the blue. Reason being is Liberty, you need to run at a higher carrier rate, so I'm running more product through the sprayer and putting more out in the field so that it gets a better coverage. Liberty needs more liquid out on the field to get a better cover, so that's what we are doing this for. We're bumping from 15 gallons an acre to 20. Tomorrow I'm picking foliar up, and we will be putting on foliar probably tomorrow afternoon. We have 30 acres of beans that we are experimenting with foliar, and 30 acres of corn. All of the nozzle bodies are switched. I did replace one nozzle body on the other side of the sprayer just because the little rubber thing inside that indents it to where you can tell where each nozzle is, it was pretty bad. I couldn't tell exactly where it was locked in at, so I just replaced that to be safe. And then I don't have any nozzle bodies left. I've replaced 3 I think this year, mainly from the little O-ring on the inside going out, so I need to order some of those O-rings, get those rebuilt, and then we can have some on hand again. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grease these wheel motors. I talked to a tech because after I saw that this one has a seal that started to leak. You can see that around the thing. And these seals aren't cheap. They are something you can't do yourself. It is a dealer proprietary thing. It costs $3,500 to do one of these seals. And I over-greased it. It was my fault. I was using the electric grease gun and I didn't know how much to put in it. It says every 50 hours, so I was doing it daily. And I just put too much in it. The tech told me use a hand grease gun so you can't put pressure on the seal too fast, and then 2 pumps each day per wheel motor. So I'm gonna go around and do that real quick. That did have me very worried. The wheel motors on these sprayers, they are what makes upkeep expensive on these if you don't take care of them right. That's why I was in a habit of greasing it heavily, because it says grease it, so I wanted to make sure it stayed greased. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's not good. I was worried the wheel motor might be bad. Wheel motor is 10 grand to put on one of these. So this sprayer, which we paid 30 grand for, it's gonna pay for itself in 2 years. If a wheel motor goes out, that is a year's worth of savings on one of these sprayers. So that is not good. Luckily, it's not a wheel motor. It is still expensive, but it's not a wheel motor. It's less than half of what a wheel motor would be, so kind of dodged a bullet there. So the way I'm gonna load this today, I am doing headlands on 3 different fields, and then 1 field I am doing the entire field of. So what I'm doing is I'm completely loading the sprayer because I know the field that I'm going to is more than what the sprayer can hold. So I am filling up all the way, first load, going around doing all those headlands first, and then coming into the field that I know the acreage of, seeing how far I get, and then I will come back here filled for the remainder. and then go back out and finish. That's the easiest way I'm thinking to do it. 1,200 gallon load, that's 60 acres at 20 gallons per acre. We got 15 gallons of Liberty, 15 gallons of Roundup, 3 gallons of Combust by Ag Explorer, which is liquid AMS, but with some more technologies behind it to help nutrient and herbicide side of things. Got quite a bit of Liberty left. I haven't used too much. I think I've used like six gallons, and then this 15 gallons, and I think we have 60 total from that was on this tote, so should be about half used up. And then obviously still got plenty of Roundup. The reason why I bought a tote of Roundup is because it is something that could be used very little, but it also could end up on every single acre. So I figured it'd be best. You're saving, I think it was $3 a gallon by buying it in a tote anyway. So I know this is gonna get used, and so I bought a tote so that we can save money and be a little bit easier filling the sprayer. I spent the better part of the afternoon bouncing around different projects. I got some parts ordered for the combine for wheat. That's coming up here in the next less than a month. I worked on the drill. We need that to drill cover crops in after the wheat comes off. And then, yeah, just did odds and ends. Waiting for this wind to die down, and it looks like it's not going to tonight. I'm going to try and get here around 6 tomorrow morning, and I'll get this chem mixed up. Hot. 1 minute ahead of schedule. The sprayer is full. Rough estimate is it took about 30, almost 40 minutes to load. The rough thing about taking a full load, 1,200 gallons, is the breather is not very far from that. So I got mess to clean up when I get back. This is our first field. This is 50 acres. We're just doing a ring around the edges. Strategy here is the headlands are always the worst, so we're going to do the headlands now, and then in about 2 weeks from now we'll come back and do the inside of the field when all the weeds are completely flushed out. We're just doing the headlands now because the weeds are at a height to where they will start competing with the beans. I was going to show a clip of me running, but man, I am doing everything I can to stay in between the rows and keep my booms off the ground. I need a third hand, and even then, I probably still wouldn't have enough hands to hold the camera. So I got 31 acres done in that last field, so that means I need about a 30, let me check field view, but I think I need a 35 gallon load, so just over half, be just over 600 gallons, about 7.5 gallons of Roundup and Liberty, and then 1.5 gallons of Combust. Just got back after spraying out that second load. Another thing I forgot to mention that I'm putting in it, I'm putting in this foam buster stuff. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot. That Combust already has some defoamer stuff in it, but this is what I was putting in, Foam Buster 10. Yeah, I'm not seeing a huge difference between just Combust and Liberty and that stuff in Combust and Liberty, so I probably won't run it again after today. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so we finished up everything's. I flushed the tank. What I did was we pull over to the lagoon. We have a holding facility for water. Ooh, I should probably move. That's probably not the best way to leave that tire. Pull over there, drain the tank, and then pull rinse water out of the tank, about 50 to 75 gallons. Run it on rinse for 5 minutes and then drain that out, and that's my basic flush. I don't do a whole lot because I know I'm coming back with foliar maybe tomorrow morning. Coming back with foliar on beans, so I'm not gonna have to purge my booms and all that. That can all be set. Now we got Liberty still, so that should be enough to do a second pass, hopefully. I don't know if that may have to pick up some packaged Liberty, we'll see. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this pump out. I fill a 5-gallon bucket with water, stick that in it, and then flush it out into a jug, and then I'll save that jug for the next load so that I can put this lid back on. Now if this sealed up perfectly, I would just leave it, but I don't want dirt and crud getting down in there. So with that, that is the end of our post-emergence pass. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.